Welcome to a basic introduction to how to use the Canvas tool, which is one of my favorite tools to visualize a set of clips, and to do that in a number of different ways. So this video will just give you a basic introduction to the Canvas. And what we see here is a layout. I've just chosen a layout managing clip collections. You can make your own layouts, of course, but this one is one of the basics. I've modified it just slightly, so it gives just the right amount of space for the tools that we need, the panels that we can see, and I probably might add also a transcript. So for example, here in DOTEbase, if I click this panel and I click transcript, we get an extra one here. I could just bring this down to here, and now we've got also, we can see the transcript and see, just so I can show you what happens with the transcript clips. I'll just move this up so we get a bit more view. So what we see here is the clips viewer, which is in the current project, which is the Lego demo project. We can see all the clips that there are, and we just scroll down, we see there's a lot of transcript and media clips. We see the media clips organizer, which is arranging some of those clips. We have the collections browser, and then we have a collection viewer, which shows. And so if you want to know about these different tools, there's videos for each of these panels or tools, give you a better idea how the transcript, the clips viewer, the collections browser, the collection viewer, and the media clips organizer work. So I'm assuming that you know that. So now we're going to see how can we start to visualize all of these clips that we've made. And that's in the Canvas, and up here on this button you see it says Open Canvas. So we could just get started with that. If I just open the Canvas, you'll get a new window will open, a new panel which you can move and enlarge, and here I have it just so we can still see the background of the main DOTEbase window, and currently there's nothing here, and we don't yet have any DOTEbase attached. So what you have to do is say change the DOTEbase, because it doesn't know which one you want to look at, and you can have one canvas per DOTEbase. So here we have the Lego demo DOTEbase. We can select, I've already made a canvas for this, and when I say select, you'll see here this is a canvas already made, which has two different types of representations of the data. This one here is more of a temporal flow, isolating particular clips and with some extra information here. And this one here is more collections of similar clips into boxes. And these can be moved about and changed and linked, and there's a lot of things we can do, which this video is just going to give you a basic introduction. So what I'm going to do here, you can see we can move it around just by dragging. We have a plus, so I can zoom in, because you might think, oh, I can't quite read this, so we can zoom right in. We can recenter it. You can zoom out again with the minus, so these little controls down the bottom. We can recenter it so we see everything, and down here you see a mapping, a sort of mini map of everything, which allows us to move it also. So with this one here, we can lock it, which means that we can't make any changes. So we can move it around, but if I try to change any of these, I won't be able to. So I won't be able to touch or move them, and then I can unlock. And then there's an undo redo button here, so if you make a certain change, then you can undo it or redo it. And there's delete, which will delete everything, and you don't really want to do that unless you want to start afresh, because you will lose everything and there is no way back from that. So what we can do is just move, say, here, and we have an open space, and just mess around here. On the right side, which you can see, if I click this, you can remove that if you want a bit more space, depending on how much your display on your computer has. And here, this is all the clips in the DOTEbase. That's the default, and it shows you, if I go scroll down here, you'll see we have a lot of clips that have been made in this DOTEbase across all projects. But I could say in the project, and now you'll see not so many. If I say in the transcript, that's the current transcript that we're looking at, and here you see the transcript, it's the Jefferson one. Then we see that narrows it down, it's only transcript clips, and then we can also do a select, which means a select on those that we might have selected here, but which we haven't done. So if you select a number of different projects or transcripts, then it will only show those ones. So let's maybe just stay at the transcript, or at the project level, so we see also some media clips as well as transcript clips. These are all in the current project, and if I just move this, you'll see this is the Lego demo project 1. And we can just drag and drop these. These are all the clips. We can use the filter clip name, and so let's say I want to have all ones which are to do with gesture. Well, no, that's with a tag. let's say it's to do with its name. Let's say T1. That shows me, you'll see here, all clips that have T1 somewhere in their description. So you can click also other buttons here, but that will be in the advanced about better filtering and sorting and filtering by tags, for example. But let's just remove that and we get them all back, and let's just say this is the one I wanted here. If I just drag it and drop it on here, and let's just zoom in a bit so we'll see it a bit better. You'll see now we have a clip we can move around. It's giving us the basic information about the clip. And then say we want to have this one here. So now I've got two clips. And I think there should be a description appearing here. But because I'm using this orange ball here, maybe that's why it's not appearing. There should be information also coming up about other aspects of the clip. So this is a clip. If I click this, for example, this is to the particular about the research team. If I click that, you will notice that things will change here. I think we're already at that same place. This one will only show if we had the media clips organizer visible. So if I click that one, there we are. You see it's jumped to that one there. This one here, yeah, it's the researcher, it's the blue one there. So you can see it's highlighted a little bit when I click on it properly. So this one here, if I click, you'll see it's highlighted and it's highlighted. Some information changes here. This allows us to change different aspects of these nodes, their shape, and maybe if they have particular icons associated with them. But we'll do that in the more advanced video. So now we see them all again. Let's say I want to pick up another one and I drop that one in. So we've got two. I could put this one next to this one for some reason. This is at table 1, visit 1, so that's going to table 2. Maybe this one happens afterwards. So for example, if I put it here, then we can see maybe this is prompted by this. So we want to have some sort of sequence here of actions, some sort of relationships between all the tags. And you can actually put more than one on, so I can have another one. This is identical to this one. If I want to delete it, you can right click and you can copy or cut or delete. So cut, you can paste it somewhere else. So you've got some idea there of basic functions you can do around these tags, manipulating them, removing them, adding them, and having multiple copies. You're not restricted to only one copy of a clip on here, because of course you may have a range of different representations and you need to use it more than once. So here you can see we're currently down here in our sort of big mind map. You have an infinite space to make different mappings, visualizations, and you can also export them as an image, download image, so you can download it in a number of forms here. So another key thing that you might want to do is send things to here. You've got a long list here, but you may be working, for example, in DOTEbase, and you may think, okay, I've got a transcript clip here. I'd like this one, for example. If I right click it, send, this should be clip to a canvas. Then if I send that, next time when I open here, you'll see down at the bottom, it's hidden by this little help guide about which characters I'm pressing on the keyboard. I can just drag it here, and I have that one, which was this one here, countdown 3, 2, 1. So you can see I can work from the transcript itself and start adding them, and they appear down here, and I just have to close that. That gives me a possibility. I can do it, for example, from the clip viewer. So if I expand, I can see center canvas. So let's do it for a different one. Let's do it for let's say this one here, after visit 2, and if I just scroll down a bit, then we'll see center canvas. If I do that and I open, then we see down here, and I can just drag that and I have that one. So you can see a quick way working, and I can do it also from here where I have center canvas. So if I click that one, which is a transcript, then we get it here and I can drag it. So you can quickly identify from the collections viewer, the clips viewer, or the Lego transcript, and you can also do it from the media clips organizer. So if I, for example, want this one, I can right click that and say send to canvas, and there it appears, and I can drag that one. So now we've got a whole bunch of different tags, clips that we wanted here. Notice there was also a special case there, send tier to canvas. And what that will do, if I send tier, that will take all of the clips on that tier and send them. And you can see them, they're all listed here, however many there are, and there are currently 3. So each one of those I can drag separately onto the canvas. Okay, so we'll just close that. You can see we've got a whole bunch of clips. We might not want them all. We can move them around and reorder them. We can change the shape of them. We're not going to go into that. The last thing that we'll just say is how can you connect them in some way. So if you click on one, you'll see there's a little dots around the edge. Those are nodes that can connect. So if I click that, you'll see it will say, where do you want to connect it to? So I might want to connect it just straight to there. And then this one, if I could do that, then I could say I want to connect it straight to there. So we get some sort of, and I currently have this as animated and in red. Those are all available in the settings. They can also, if you click on them, they can be adjusted here, but we'll do that in an advanced video. Okay, and of course you don't have to be, you can do a nice one over to here, and notice we get a curved one because it will try to, you have different ways that you can have the line rendered, and you can also do another one to here, for example to this one. For some reason it's not doing that. There we are to that one, and then this one here. Maybe you can only do 1 to 1. There we are. So we've now got from 3 different ones to different ones here, different clips. So and those can be, if you click on them, you can delete them. You should be able to delete them. Okay, so that's some of the basic features of clips on the canvas. And remember, clips can be exported and imported with DOTE. So if I go, for example, back to DOTEbase and I say I'd like to export this whole DOTEbase, then it says canvas data. So I can tick that on or off, whether I would like the canvas to be included with my export. And then it can be imported by somebody else. So you might wish or wish not for somebody else to be able to do that. Okay, that's an introduction to the basics of the canvas, and of course you have all sorts of possibilities as you see here. If I just move over to these ones, you'll see this one. We've got some sort of relationships, some boxes, some all sorts of stuff, and you can find out more about that in the advanced. And over here we see these are all mentions clustering together the different tags, and you can just jump to them by clicking on them. Okay, I'll just zoom out a little just so we can see this one better. Alright, that's all we'll do for now, and have fun with the canvas.